Well, welcome everybody to Topical Thursday. My name is Darcy Yates, and I'm the chairperson of Topical Thursday and More Committee. We are so happy that you are all here with us today. We would like to remind everybody that you may want to stay on mute until you wish to ask a question. You may put it in chat, or you can wait till the end, and you can actually raise your hand on Zoom. We would also like to thank Toledo Public Library for providing us with a space to hold this meeting. Now, we have other events, and the public is always welcome. Our next Topical Thursday is going to be April 14th. And our next general meeting is going to be April 18th. We are in the process of confirming our speakers and the locations. However, you can find that information on our website as soon as it's available at LWVToledo-Lucas.org. And I have to share with you, the April 18th topic is going to be who governs your water. And so that promises to be really interesting. And now I would like to turn today's meeting over to League member Nancy Gurney, who will be introducing our speaker.
Hello.
Here. There you go. You want my computer?
Sorry, wait a minute. I think I got something. Oh, here I am. Oh, I'm here. Hello. My name is Nancy Gurney, and I am a member of the League of Women Voters of Toledo-Lucas County. And I would like to introduce our speaker today, our speaker is Corin Dehabey. She is she works for Us Together, an organization in Ohio that helps find people who are being relocated, resettled, helps find them housing and other services. She will be happy to answer your questions. And she can do that either at the end or unless you have the spontaneous question, you just want to shout it out, she would be happy to answer that too. So let me introduce Corin Dehabey.
Hi, everyone, and thank you so much for having me here today. It's my pleasure. As you introduced me, my name is Corin Dehabey. I am the program director for Us Together Toledo office. We're a refugee resettlement organization, and we are the only resettlement organization here in Northwest Ohio. Our program started many years ago in Columbus by 2 refugee women, and I'm gonna now share the screen to go on with our presentation. Okay, so Us Together was started by 2 refugee women, one from Ukraine and one from Russia. And they came here many years ago, and as they received help here in the United States and they were able to make it, they wanted to help other people, and that's their mission. And they started the business Us Together in Columbus, our corporate office. And after Columbus, they branched out to Cleveland. And in 2013, actually, we got the approval and everything from the State Department to open in Toledo, Ohio, even though we had 2 different offices running and everything, but we had to wait for the approval. In 2014, I got hired to run the program. And since 2014 actually officially opened, we've been resettling refugees. and not just resettling them, but providing services, programs so they can integrate in the system. So we are resettlement and integration organization. This information resettled over 7,000. It's a little bit old, but it's more the number. In Toledo now, currently, we have about 300 individuals. I'm not going to go over so much of details, but the refugees are defined by 5 areas, like, you have to be escaped from war, danger, persecution of religion, persecution of ideas, and maybe a political thing. That's what refugee is. And to qualify for refugee, you have to be out of the trouble area. So like, for example, Afghanistan, if you're in Afghanistan, you can't apply for refugee, you have to be out in the surrounding areas. But the Afghanistan situation, it happened a little bit differently. We're gonna talk about it than other refugee process. In normal cases, we settled a lot of Syrian in Toledo area. And in order to be a refugee, you have to be in a neighboring country like Lebanon, Egypt, Turkey, Jordan. So once they sign up with the United Nations, with the UNCHR, then they can provide, they go through interviews. And to make the story short, I don't wanna go over the whole process, but they go through several interviews. Between each interview, it's like 2 to 3 months. And then when they decide, okay, this family is good to go, they go through security screening. After the security screening, they book their flights and they send them either to United States, Germany, Sweden, any country. Once they know, if they know they have a US tie or they have a tie somewhere in the world, they try to send them where the tie is so they can reunite and they can have somebody they know. But we resettled in Toledo a lot of people with no US tie. So, but then later they became the client's US tie for other people who came here. Resettlement process, like I said, it's the 12 steps. But I want to talk about the Afghan, since it took, the whole news for the past few months. The Afghan we had totally different from the refugees. They came with no refugee status. They came as parolees, which is a humanitarian emergency. And that's totally different from refugee. Refugee, they come with work permit, they come with stamped documentation, they come with everything. If they step out of the plane, refugees, they are good to go and work. But the Afghan population we had, they came to the camps, and the camps, the military camp and base, and they were trying to help them out there with paperwork. At first, they didn't qualify for any benefits. Later, the Congress voted, no, we're gonna give them benefit as the refugees. Exactly, and then we're gonna talk about this too. But they applied for them, they applied for Social Security at the base, Social Security card, and they applied for work permit at the base. So as a program, we had nothing to do with those 2 areas. And they came here, they were sending them random, they just wanted to empty the base. So they were sending like 2 to 3, 4 people a day, 2 in the morning, 2. So we were running to the airport, getting the people in. And of course, there's no housing when they first come in. In any situation, we have hard time housing refugees at first. So we put them in Airbnb and hotels until we secured permanent homes for them. They don't have, until now, they don't have a legal status. They are parolees, and we're working on their adjustment of status, whether it's going to be special immigrant visa or it's going to be asylee. So that's, we struggled a lot. And it's not our program who struggled only, they're all resettlement in the United States, because like I said, it's different, everything was delayed. JFS, Department of Job and Family Services, are not used to, the whole thing, the benefit, at first they don't qualify, then they qualify. It delayed everything. Just to place them in job, we have no Social Security cards, we have no work permit. So we're trying to reach out to our national affiliates, like what happened with the cards. Some cards with the mess with the government, even the governments weren't ready for this. So they were sending those cards all over, you know. So one of the guys, until now, we don't have his work permit. So our national affiliates are tracing it. They found it in Florida. So now we're trying to get it from Florida to come here. So that's what we struggled with. And some people in the history for me working with refugee resettlement, this is the first time I've seen 3, 4 social security cards for one person. And every day I turn around, I get in the mail, oh, social security for somebody. So this somebody has 4 cards, luckily the same number, so we don't have to deal with all the problems, you know, of changing whatever. But so we had them in Airbnb, and then we had them in hotels, you know. I was reaching out to landlords big time, like, you know, please rent, because the rent in any case with the refugee, the lease has to be in a refugee name. We don't put our names as an organization. So they have no work history, they have no record, they have no job covers the 3 months rent, you know. The income has to be 3 times the rent. So it's, from our previous experience with landlords, we worked with a few in town, so they agreed to rent some of them. We struggled, but luckily by December 1st, all of them were in permanent housing. And that's a big burden was lifted. Like, you know, every time I'm sleeping at night, like, oh my gosh, this person in Airbnb, we have to move them. You know, this person, we have to extend the Airbnb. It was nightmare actually. And it's always nightmare. That's why I always call it every time I'm interviewed on TV, every time I am somewhere in the public, I'll tell, you know, if you have housing and you're willing to rent, please reach out to our office. And we would love to work with landlords. And each person, now I want to talk about this because everybody's going to ask this question. Every single refugee, including the APA, we call them Afghan Parolee Assistance, which is a humanitarian program. Every single refugee will get $1,050 stipend. Please remember this, stipend, one time only. Out of this $1,000, we have to rent an apartment, we have to deposit. We have to buy mattresses anew, food, cash, you know, what else we had to do? We had to do, like, you know, household item, furniture. Luckily, the community has been donating furniture and household items. So we're stretching a little bit the rent, but the rent nowadays, you know, like anything else is going up. Like, you know, 2-bedroom, we paid $1,000 for 1-bedroom rent and deposit. So I had to group like 4 guys in 2-bedroom, like 2 in each room. So it makes it a little bit easier too, but sometimes you can't group them because they are family. And we're paying right now for a couple houses, $1,200, $1,250 a month. So you can tell 1,000 doesn't go far away. So the thing is, we paid for Airbnb since November about $30,000, and this is out of our organization because we had no program to cover at that time. But luckily now we're going to be reimbursed by the government programs we applied, and we're getting it. So that's the thing. But now, until now, the rent is gone, everything is gone, the money. So we're reaching out to different programs. We're reaching out to the government so we can extend and pay the rents for the other people. And this is the issue we have when they first come in. Everybody thinks, okay, they'll get $1,000. They think it's monthly. No, it's one time only. And can you imagine what's going to happen with the staff just, you know, to stretch that $1,000. So that's why we're a nonprofit organization, and that's why we're always asking for donation. And if any church wanted to pay rent, we'll gladly take the offer and, you know, help in any way possible. So that's the Afghan. For now, we don't have any arrivals. I think the phase of the Afghan is slower now, or it's going to end soon. But we got, you know, the news a lot about Ukraine, and it's really sad. Ukraine and Russia, and we are advocating as a program big time on behalf of the Ukrainian. Our program founders, one from Ukraine and one from Russia, what an odd combination, but they are friends, thank God. I know, I'm just joking. They've been together for many years and it's really sad. She even wrote the president. They are advocating with the senators, with our state representative to start bringing Ukrainian here. But we, as of now, we don't have any information from the government as to what the refugee program is gonna do for Ukrainian. But we're hoping, look at this mass exiting from Ukraine to Poland and to Germany. I know now a lot of people in Poland at this time because I'm contacting people in Poland that I know personally, friends, and they are saying it's a mess, it's very sad. And they still don't have resettlement yet, the people there, and they are probably in somewhere with everybody else sharing bathrooms, sharing whatever rooms until the government of Poland start, helping them out. But we're hoping United States, the government will act quickly and do. I wish they can send the planes and getting them here like they did to the camps or based at least to, but then if we have companies back in asylum countries processing application for refugees, it would make it a lot easier for the people who are coming here. But we're hoping it's going to happen soon. But until now, every day I just walk in the office, turn in my email to see if we have any news, anything about Ukrainian coming, but nothing. But our national affiliates are advocating big time. They are in Poland at this time, and we'll see how it goes. But any news, anything about Ukrainian, I'm sure you're going to hear from us. Let's see. The programs we have in our office organization, it's called employment. One of them, employment. It's really, this program is very high successful program because we're matching people with employers. We're helping them with job readiness, how to prepare for interview. We're connecting employers with them. Now with the Afghan people are now, since all of them, or most of them got their work permit. So we're starting to find them a job and placing them in employment. We have ESL program, which in English as a second language. We have women empowerment program, youth mentoring, this community ethnic covers a lot of programs we have. I can't go over them right now, parenting classes. We have translation and interpreting department. We have about 72 languages in our program. Preferred community, this is intensive case management. They help the client overcome the barrier that prevented them from being self-sufficient. So the case manager works really hard with the people so she can help them reach self-sufficiency quickly. We have refugee social services, we have citizenship classes, we prepare people for citizenship and for the exam. We have a lot of program matching grant, which we used a lot with the Afghan at this time. Matching grant, to make it short, it's a program, it's a government program, but it's available for resettlement agencies. We put somebody in matching grant, they are not allowed to get money from the county. Only food stamps and Medicaid, and we're paying the person 3 months rent plus 3 months with the rent cash for each member of the family. So they have cash, they have rent, but we want them to be heavily involved in this matching grant program so they can, this is employment program. So we want them by 6 months having a job. And now so far people in matching grant after 4 months, they are finding jobs. So, but we're paying them because it's double dipping if we pay them cash and the welfare gives them cash. So they give them food stamps and Medicaid and we give the cash, but all we want from them to be working with the case manager on finding a job, attending our ESL classes and being self-sufficient in 6 months. Prior to pandemic, this program was 100% employment rate. Now with the pandemic, of course, it stopped everything. We didn't have the program, but now we restarted it and we enrolled a few Afghans in it. And then other families who are coming as refugees. We have the youth mentor, like you see the kids, we work a lot with the kids. We work a lot with the, because the kids, we work with the schools. We have liaison between the schools too. Of course, we do activities a lot. We're always looking for volunteers to help us with transportation for the clients, helping us to schedule appointment for them, whether it's medical appointments, any appointments they need. We need people to work in the office, answer the phone, help us in the office with our work filing, and probably conversation partners also for the families. And for the volunteer, that's where we have a website, and for the volunteers, if anybody's interested, we can mail it to them and they can go and apply. And once they apply, we can go from there, about talking about confidentiality, doing volunteer training and orientation and background check. So this is basically my quick presentation. And then if I missed anything and you have a question, you are welcome to ask.
I have a question.
Yes.
I know we're very lucky in this part of Ohio to have Congressman Marcy Kaptur as a representative who takes quite an interest and is on our side in terms of helping the Ukrainians.
Yeah.
Do you work with her?
Yes. Yeah, we work a lot with her office. Sometimes we have issue with delay in citizenship, delays in green cards, delays in everything. So we reach out to them. And we're lucky also to have Senator Sherrod Brown. We've been working with their office too, especially now with the delays with Social Security cards. So, and he has interest for immigrant a lot too. Yeah.
How many Afghan families or individuals are you still placing?
We now are not placing any new, but we placed about 36 individuals here. Yeah, including kids.
The schools, we have English as a second language program. So do they get entered into that program if they need?
Yes, of course. Yeah, all the public schools have this program, and we work closely with the ESL teachers. Yeah, and sometimes they come and attend our community consultation meetings too. Yeah.
What can we do as an organization?
We need help. First, volunteers. Second, spread the word about our organization and what we need. Help like volunteers mostly at this time because we're short of staff, as every place in the country. We've been advertising, we have a few positions open, but either they apply and they don't show up, or they never return the calls or anything. So we need help in the office to help with the clients. Like example, transportation, appointments. And we do activities like, sometimes in the community, some churches, they do activities like, food gatherings, so people can integrate a little bit in the system and get the culture, the American culture.
We have another question here. Barb, go ahead and unmute.
Thank you, Corinne. That was very interesting. I'm curious, how much staff do you have? And the other part is, do you work with any other agencies in Toledo to accommodate some of the many things that you have?
Well, let me get it straight. How many staff do we have?
Yeah, that was.
At this time, we are 6 in the office. We advertise for employment specialist, we need case manager, we need volunteer coordinator. And now speaking of volunteer coordinator, we need people to help us with the donation, sort out the donation, keep track of it in and out. So if anybody's willing to help. The second part of the question, I didn't hear very well.
Well, especially given the staffing issues that you have, currently. I can appreciate that you're looking to fill those. Do you partner with any other agencies in Toledo that might be able to assist you?
You know what? We do partner with, I mean, we have partners in the community and we work, anybody's willing to help, they are welcome to help. You know, but we don't reach, we have volunteers helping us. We work with JFS, we work with all, like, you know, able for legal services. So that's how we're doing it.
Thank you, I appreciate that.
No problem. We appreciate any help from the community if they wanted to.
So I have a question. Are all these people that you place, are they placed directly in the Toledo area or are in surrounding counties also?
The people we housed them in Toledo area, but we are allowed to house them in different part of different counties if we need to. Yeah, but for now, all of them were Northwest Ohio, not Northwest Ohio, Toledo, West Toledo, mostly, some of them.
So are there any more questions for Corin? Michelle, do you? Thank you very much. For
You're
doing
welcome.
this
Thank you for
excellent
having me.
presentation. And we'd like to present you with this.
Oh, thank
and-
you. Constitution of United. This is great. Thank you so
Yeah,
much.
you're welcome. Thank you very much. We'll try to help spread the
Please
word.
do, yes. And if you can help, if you have a couple hours a day, reach out to us. We always have work for you.
Okay, thank you.
What's your phone number there?
Okay, I'm gonna give you my business card. I'm gonna leave a couple here.
Okay, thank you.
Sure.
Okay, I would like to thank everybody again for attending this program, and thank you, Corin,
Oh,
so
thank you.
much for sharing your organization with us. And if anybody is interested in more information about joining the League, visit our website at www.LWVToledo.org. Jane, you may stop recording.